Thank you for buying this GMC pendulum action jigsaw. Firstly, check over all the components visually. Now remove the cable tie and check the lead. If you find any signs of damage, put all the items back in the box and return the product to your retailer. Align the two locking pins on the dust extraction adapter with the grooves in the dust extraction port, then push and twist to secure. You can now attach a dust bag or vacuum system to the extraction adapter. Always ensure the unit is unplugged from the mains before installing or changing a blade. Turn the unit upside down. With your thumb and forefinger, push down both sides of the blade change control. With the rear edge supported by the blade guide, push the blade into the blade change control. Release the blade change control to secure the blade into place. Plug the jigsaw in. Squeeze the trigger to start the tool. Release the trigger to stop the tool. If you press the lock-on button whilst the trigger is depressed, the tool will continue running. To release the lock-on button, press the trigger. You can vary the cutting speed with the speed control dial, 6 being the fastest. Use the pendulum lever to select the cutting action to suit the material you need to cut. Settings 1 and 2 engage the pendulum action. This causes the blade to oscillate backwards and forwards, increasing cutting efficiency. Experiment on a piece of scrap material to determine the optimum setting for the material you need to cut. Depress the switch to turn the red-eye laser beam on and off. Put on all the safety equipment needed to use this tool. Plug the saw into the mains. Press the trigger and allow the jigsaw to reach the speed you have set. Slowly guide the jigsaw forward using both hands. Use a steady, even pressure and keep the shoe plate flat against the workpiece. When starting a cut from the centre of a workpiece, drill a 12mm, half-inch diameter hole to provide access for the blade. Do not start moving the saw forward until the shoe is resting on the surface of the workpiece. When cutting tight curves, reduce the speed of the saw. Do not use a dust extraction system or vacuum cleaner when cutting metal. Sparks may ignite residual wood dust in the dust bag. When cutting metal, lubricate the blade or workpiece at regular intervals to reduce wear on the blade using a suitable cooling or cutting oil. Always ensure the unit is unplugged from the mains before making adjustments to the foot plate. Use the hex key supplied to loosen the shoe plate retaining screws. Pull the shoe plate back a short distance to disengage the locking teeth. Rotate the shoe plate to the angle required. You can use the scale on the shoe plate as a guide to the angle. It is advisable to first make a trial cut in scrap material to check the angle setting. Slide the parallel fence onto the jigsaw. Set the fence for the required width of cut. You can use the graduations on the arm of the parallel fence as a guide. Tighten the parallel fence locking screws using the hex key supplied to secure the fence into position. Always ensure the unit is unplugged from the mains before installing or changing a blade. With your thumb and forefinger, push down both sides of the blade change control. Carefully pull the blade upwards. With the rear edge supported by the blade guide, push the replacement blade into the blade change control. Release the blade change control to secure the blade into place. After use, clean the jigsaw and store in a safe place.